Good afternoon. I'd like to reconvene the Board of County Commissioners meeting from today, September 20th, 2022. We are reconvening to attend our final budget hearing. At this time, I ask the county attorney to introduce the record of the proof of public hearing notification compliance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am presently in possession of your proof of publication, which I will hand to your clerk. It has been reviewed. It is duly authorized, and you may proceed in a legal fashion.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all the staff for this year of work and put this budget together, and all their employees for providing service to Lee County. So thank you for another great year. I'll now hereby open the public hearing this evening on the fiscal year 22-23 final millage and budget for Lee County. If anyone in our audience is here for the purpose of contesting their assessment, they should contact the Lee County property appraiser. Tonight, we are holding the final millage and budget public hearing as required by Florida Statute Chapters 129 and 200. The hearing will be conducted as follows. A, the board will first convene as Board of Port Commissioners and proceed as follows. Budget presentation by Port Authority Deputy Executive Director. Public comment for final Port Authority budget. This will be your only opportunity to comment on all budgets the Board of Port Commissioners has authority over. There will be no other opportunity during this hearing to provide your comments. Board of Port Commissioners discussion and motions. Adoption of 22-23 final Port Authority budget resolution with any appropriate changes. B, following that, the board will reconvene as Board of County Commissioners and proceed as follows. Brief overview of the Lee County's fiscal year 22-23 proposed budget presented by the Assistant County Manager, CFO. Presentation of Lee County's total budget by Assistant County Manager, CFO, including discussion of percentage increase, millage over the rollback rate needed to fund the budget, and specific purposes for the ad valorem tax revenues are being increased. Florida Statutes 200.065, paragraph 2, paragraph E, paragraph 1. Presentation of the special taxing districts units under proposed final millages by the MSTU project manager. Public comment for all budget issues under the authority of the Board of County Commissioners. This will be your only opportunity to comment on all budgets the Board of County Commissioners has authority over. There will be no other opportunity during this hearing to provide your comments. Following public comment, the Board of County Commissioners may comment and then take action to move for approval of A, appropriate changes, B, a resolution to adopt the final millage, and C, the final budget. Consider taxing district, special taxing district units, final millages and budgets. Consider countywide final millage and budget. 8, consider library on a corporate MSTU and all hazards protection final millages and budgets. And 9, consider all other final budgets. Concerning citizens' comments, in order to expedite hearing from everyone, citizen comments will be only heard during the 2 public comment segments of this hearing. 1 segment for the Board of Port Commissioners and 1 for the Board of County Commissioners. Speakers will be limited to 3 minutes. Please do not applaud or take any other actions that may intimidate or encourage a speaker. Public comments will continue until everyone who wishes to address the Commission has the opportunity to speak. We will now convene as a Board of Port Commissioners. We now ask the Port Authority Deputy Executive to present the fiscal year 22-23 proposed budget for the Port Authority. Brian, good evening.
Good evening, Commissioners. For the record, Brian McGonigal, of the Lee County Port Authority. I'm just going to read this into the record, Mr. Chairman. In compliance with Florida statute, a public hearing is being held today, September 20th, 2022, for the purpose of adopting the final budget for fiscal year 22-23. The Board of Port Commissioners has acknowledged the revenue estimates necessary to fund the Port Authority budget for fiscal year 22-23. The Board of County Commissioners is now convened as the Board of Port Commissioners for the final adoption of the final Port Authority budget. The budget for fiscal year 22-23, as shown by the attached schedules, is now made a part of this resolution for adoption as the final budget for the Lee County Port Authority for fiscal year 22-23. Commissioners, we have made no adjustments since we presented to you back in June.
Great, thank you. At this time, the Commission will be pleased to hear any citizens' comments concerning the Port Authority's final budget for fiscal year 22-23. Public comment at this time on the Port Authority. We have no public comment this time. We'll come back to the board. Now this concludes the public comment segment regarding the Port Authority budget. I will now ask for a motion to adopt the final budget for the Port Authority fiscal year 22-23.
So moved, Mr. Chair. Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any other discussion? Any objection? No objection. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will now reconvene as the Board of County Commissioners. We will begin taking by asking that if any constitutional officer or court-related service organization desires to make a budget presentation, please step forward to the podium at one at a time to make your statements. At this time, any comments from any constitutional? Recognize our clerk of courts is here again. Kevin, thank you. We'll come back to the board. At this time, we ask the Assistant County Manager CFO to present the fiscal year 22-23 proposed budget.
This is the public hearing as required by Chapters 129 and 200 Florida statutes. Chapter 200 as amended requires that a public hearing on the budgets be preceded by notice of the hearing. Such notice was advertised in the news press on September 17th, 2022. At this time, we will read the proposed millages, rollback rates, and the proposed percentage change from the rollback rate for the county's general fund, library, unincorporated area MSTU, all hazards, and special taxing units millages. We will then take public input, and after public input, we will return to the board for discussion and vote on the millages. These proposed millages are established to pay for the fiscal year 2022-23 continuation budget. Commissioners, there have been no changes since your first budget public hearing on September 6th. The increases in the millage rates are due primarily to inflationary impacts, which includes rising costs for fuel, chemicals, asphalt, and other products and commodities, increases in vendor contracts, compensation adjustments, and costs associated with maintaining service levels due to our area's rapid population growth. Countywide millage. The proposed countywide millage is 3.7623 mils per thousand taxable value, equal to the rollback rate of 3.3996 mils per thousand of taxable value. The proposed millage is a 10.67% increase from the rollback rate. Lee County Library. The proposed Lee County Library millage is 0.4714 mils per thousand taxable value, equal to the rollback rate of 0.4135 mils per thousand of taxable value. This proposed millage is a 14% increase from the rollback rate. Lee County Unincorporated Area MSTU. The proposed Lee County Unincorporated MSTU millage is 0.8398 mils per thousand taxable value compared to the rollback rate of 0.7375 mils per thousand of taxable value. The proposed millage is a 13.87% increase from the rollback rate. Lee County All Hazards Protection District. The proposed Lee County All Hazards Protection District millage is 0.0693 mils per thousand taxable value compared to the rollback rate of 0.0604 mils per thousand of taxable value. This represents a 14.74% increase from the rollback rate. Municipal Services Taxing/Benefit Units. The municipal services taxing/benefit units allow communities to tax themselves to pay for added services such as streetlights, dredging, road paving, and landscaping. For those units that have citizen committees, the budgets for next year were approved by the committees, and the tax rate is a reflection of what is required to pay the annual cost. For those that don't have citizen committees, the county charges a rate that pays for annual costs while maintaining a small operational reserve for variances in revenues and unanticipated costs. I will now ask the MSTBU project manager Josh Mallow, to read into the record the proposed millage rates, the rollback rates, and the percentage change from the rollback rate for each of the special taxing units millages.
Josh.
Hi, good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm Josh Malo, Lee County MSTBU project manager, and I'm going to go ahead and read in your millage rates. Alabama Groves Light MSTBU or MSTU, proposed millage rate 0.6000, an increase of 35.01% over the rollback rate of 0.4444. Bayshore Estates Light MSTU, proposed millage 1.3000, increase of 40.8% over the rollback rate of 0.9233. Billy Creek Community Light MSTU, proposed millage rate .2295, an increase of 20.16% over the rollback rate of .1910. Burkdale Street Light, MSTU. Proposed millage rate, 0.2850. Percentage increase, 30.08% over the rollback rate of .2191. Burn Store Fire, MSTU. Proposed millage rate, 2.3000, an increase of 9.06% over the rollback rate of 2.1090. Charleston Park Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate of 1.6500, an increase of 26.02% over the rollback rate of 1.3093. Cypress Lake Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate of 0.3650, an increase of 13.39% over the rollback rate of 0.3219. Daughtry's Creek Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate of 0.7800. There's a 32.77% increase over the rollback rate of 0.5875. Flamingo Bay Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate of 0.3370 over the 22.59% increase over the rollback rate of 0.2749. Fort Myers Shores Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate of 0.1800, 15.38% increase over the rollback rate of 0.1560. Fort Myers Shores Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate 0.1800. That's a 15.38% increase over the rollback rate of 0.1560. Fort Myers Villas Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate 0.2350. That is a 20.7% increase over the rollback rate of 0.1947. Gasparilla Island, MSTU, proposed millage rate of 0.0478. That is an increase of 5.75 over the rollback rate of 0.0452. Harlem Heights Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate 0.6300. That's an increase of 32.77% over the rollback rate of 0.4745. Hyman Apollo Street Light Unit, MSTU, proposed millage rate 1.2000. That is a percentage increase of 28.91% over the rollback rate of 0.9309. Henry Creek Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate of 0.3950, percentage increase 33.85% over the rollback rate of 0.2951. Allen Gardens Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate of 0.5600. That is 23.13% increase over the rollback rate of 0.4548. Lehigh Acres Light MSTU, proposed millage rate .7460. That is an increase of 16.54% over the rollback rate of .6401. Lockmore Village Light MSTU, proposed millage rate of .5100. That is a 26.65% increase over the rollback rate of .4027. Maravilla Fire District MSTU, proposed millage rate 3.1000. That's a 14.20% increase over the rollback rate of 2.7146. McGregor Isles O&M Special Improvement Unit, proposed millage rate .3940. That is a 32.44% increase over the rollback rate of .2975. Mobile Haven Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate .5400. That is a 22.09% increase over the rollback rate of .4423. Moore Shores Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate .3500. That is a 36.4% increase over the rollback rate of .2566. North Fort Myers Light MSTU, proposed millage rate of .1950, 35.7% increase over the rollback rate of .1437. Northeast Hurricane Bay MSTU, proposed millage rate 1.0000. That is a 12.27% interest or percentage increase over the rollback rate of .8907. Page Park Light MSTU, proposed millage .2444. That is a 12.21% increase over the rollback rate of .2178. Palmetto Point Light MSTU, proposed millage rate 1.5. That is a 128.10% increase over the rollback rate of .6576. And Palmetto Point should actually be a special improvement district. It's represented here correctly. Palmetto Park Light District, MSTU, proposed millage rate 1.2500. That is an increase of 28.46% over the rollback rate of .9731. Pine Manor Light MSTU, proposed millage .4750. That's an increase 17.60% over the rollback rate of .4039. Port Edison Light MSTU, proposed millage .3900. That is a 17.19% increase over the rollback rate of .3328. Riverdale Shores Special Improvement District, MSTU, proposed millage rate 1.7500. That is a 27.25% increase over the rollback rate of 1.3752. Russell Park Lighting District, proposed millage rate .5950. That is a 24.29% increase over the rollback rate of .4787. San Carlos Island Lighting Unit, MSTU, proposed millage, .0600. That is a 42.52% increase over the rollback rate of .0421. San Carlos Special Improvement District, MSTU, proposed millage rate .2725. That is an increase of 15.86% over the rollback rate of .2352. Skyline Light, MSTU, proposed millage of .1370. That is an increase of 26.73% over the rollback rate of .1081. St. Jude Harbor Lighting, MSTU, proposed millage rate of .2400. That is 18.40% increase over the rollback rate of .2027. Tanglewood Improvement, MSTU, proposed millage is 1.0000. That is an increase of 14.34% over the rollback rate of .8746. Town and River Improvement, MSTU, proposed millage rate .2870. That's an 11.98% increase over the rollback rate of .2563. Trailwinds Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate .5055. That's a 15.86% increase over the rollback rate of .4363. Tropical Isles Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate .5100. That is a 32.78% increase over the rollback rate of .3841. USEPA Island Fire, MSTU, the proposed millage rate is 4.1000. That's a 73.12% increase over the rollback rate of 2.3683. Villa Palms Light, MSTU, proposed millage rate .6900. That's an increase of 27.92% over the rollback rate of .5394. All right, Villa Pines, NSTVU. The proposed millage rate is .2955. That is a 22.16% increase over the rollback rate of .2419. Waterway Estates, Light, MSTU, proposed millage of .2850. That is 24.67% increase over the rollback rate of .2286. Waterway Shores Light, MSTU, proposed millage of .6400. That is a 21.24% increase over the rollback rate of .5279. And Whiskey Creek Special Improvement, MSTU, proposed millage .9999. That is a 12.83% increase over the rollback rate of .8862. Any correction?
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Commissioners, I just also want to point out that on Palmetto Point to special improvement, that 128.10% increase, that unit is building reserves intentionally to pay for a future dredge. And USEPA Fire Island increased 73.12%. That is for increased staffing levels with fire district there. Previously read fiscal year 22 2022-23 special unit taxing unit millages are proposed for final adoption. Any percentage in the proposed millage over the rolled back rate reflected above is due to a combination of increased electric costs, additional landscaping, and other future projects. If no changes are made after public comment, only one motion to adopt will be required, as the resolution includes all of these taxing units.
Thank you, Pete. At this time, the commission will be pleased to hear any citizens' comments concerning any budgets under the authority of the Board of County Commissioners. Again, to reiterate, this is only members of the public who can come forward in the following opening of the hearing. This will be your only opportunity to comment on all budgets the Board of County Commissioners has authority over. There'll be no other opportunity during this hearing to provide your comments. At this time, we'll call for public comment on any budgets under the Board of County Commissioners. We'll come back to the board. This concludes the public comment segment of the hearing. I will now ask for a motion to adopt the final millage resolution for the special taxing units.
So moved.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hammond. Second. We have a second by Commissioner Sandelli. Any objection? Motion carries. I will now ask for a motion to adopt the final budgets for the above stated special taxing units fiscal year 22-23.
So moved.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hammond, second by Commissioner Greenwell. Any objection? No objection. Motion carries. We will now ask the Assistant County Manager, CFO, to proceed with the countywide millages and budgets.
The proposed countywide millage is 3.7623 mils per thousand taxable value, and this reflects a tenth of a mil tax rate reduction directed by the Board of County Commissioners. That's equal to the rollback rate of 3.3996 mils per thousand of taxable value. The proposed millage is a 10.67% increase from the rollback rate.
I will now ask for a motion to adopt the final countywide millage resolution.
So moved.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hammond,
Second.
second Commissioner Greenwell. Any objection? No objection. Motion carries. I will now ask for a motion to adopt the final countywide budget fiscal year 22-23.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hammond,
Mike. Second.
second Commissioner Greenwell. Any objection? No objection. Motion carries.
The proposed Lee County Library millage is .4714 mils per thousand taxable value, equal to the rollback rate of .4135 mils per thousand of taxable value. Proposed millage is a 14% increase from the rollback rate.
I would ask for a motion to adopt the final Lee County Library millage resolution.
So moved.
We have a motion, Commissioner Hammond.
Second.
We have a second, Commissioner Wayne. Any objection? No objection. Motion carries. I would now ask for a motion to adopt the final Lee County Library budget for fiscal year 22-23.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Wayne, motion. Second, Commissioner Hammond. Any objection? No objection. Motion carries. Pete?
The proposed Lee County unincorporated area MSTU millage is .8398 mils per thousand taxable value compared to the rollback rate of .7375 mils per thousand of taxable value. The proposed millage is a 13.87% increase from the rollback rate.
I will now ask for a motion to adopt the final millage resolution for the Lee County unincorporated area MSTU.
So moved.
We have a motion, Commissioner Hammond. I'll second it. Any objection? Objection. Motion carries. I will now ask for a motion to adopt the final budget for the Lee County unincorporated area MSTU for fiscal year 22-23.
So moved.
Commissioner Hammond's motion.
Second.
Commissioner Sandelli, second. Any objection? Motion carries. Pete?
The proposed Lee County All Hazards Protection District millage is .0693 mils per thousand taxable value compared to the rollback rate of .0604 mils per thousand of taxable value. This represents a 14.74% increase from the rollback rate.
I want to ask for a motion to adopt the final millage resolution for the Lee County All Hazards Protection District.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Grooney, second Commissioner Hammond. Any objection? Motion carries. I'm going to ask for a motion to adopt the final budget for the Lee County All Hazards Protection District fiscal year 22-23.
So moved.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hammond. Commissioner Wayne, second. Any objection? No objection. Motion carries. Pete?
Lee County, all other budgets for the board's adoption tonight make up the rest of the total county budget proposed for next fiscal year. These are funds that are not supported by a millage and include significant operations such as utilities, solid waste, Visitor and Convention Bureau, transit, toll facilities, and those budgets funded through grants from other entities. These budgets are included as part of the total Lee County budget and are detailed in the budget summary in your materials.
I want to ask for a motion to adopt the final Lee County all other budgets.
So moved.
Commissioner Wayne, motion, second Commissioner Hammond. Any objection? Motion carries. Pete?
In compliance with Florida statutes, this public hearing is being held on September 20th, 2022, for the purpose of the adoption of the final total Lee County budget for fiscal year 22-23, and the Board of County Commissioners has now adopted the final millage rates necessary to fund the budget. The proposed total Lee County budget for fiscal year 22-23, as shown in the budget summary reports, which outlines each fund and is made a part of the budget resolution, is now being proposed for adoption as the final total Lee County budget of Lee County, Florida for fiscal year 22-23.
I want to ask for a motion to adopt the final total Lee County budget for fiscal year 2022-23.
So moved.
A motion from Commissioner Greenwell,
Second.
second Commissioner Hammond, or Dive? Okay. Commissioner Hammond? Any objection? No objection, motion carries. As I ask my colleagues, before we go any further, any other comments we want to say? Commissioner Greenwell, welcome aboard. It's your first budget. And any other comments? So thank you for staff and everything preparing this budget, working with us, and all their county employees through all the chain of command for everything they've done throughout the year. Any comments from my colleagues before we adjourn?
Just echo your comments, Mr. Chairman. Another good budget. You know, I really appreciate the process that we have of doing the workshops throughout the year to work out all the contentious issues before before we get to the budget hearing. And, congratulations to our county manager and the administration and county attorney as well.
And I'd like to also thank the clerk's office for helping us throughout the year, maintain all the records and all the constitutionals we work with on a daily basis. I know some of us are working currently at the elections office, and every year look back where we were a year ago. We're sitting here, I think probably a year ago, we were in masks because of what's happened, but we're in a better place now. So thank you for everything. Anybody else have any comments? Roger, would you like to say something?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Commissioners, I really wish there were members of the public here to actually see this. When we consider that this is the second year in a row for reduction in the millage rate, and even with that reduction, paying for the increased demand for services based on population growth, the investments that you've made in public safety, infrastructure investments, clean water investments, mental health and substance abuse investments, utility expansion, increased demand for service and solid waste, bed tax collections at a record high. Tourists are coming to Lee County like never before, and the list sort of goes on. I want to thank you all for the policy guidance that you provide for us. You actually make our jobs pretty easy by doing that. You're decisive in your decision-making, and you are good policy thinkers. I want to thank Pete and the budget staff, along with the senior managers in this organization and all the departments for the hard work that they perform every day, but in particular, putting this budget together. It's a pretty complex process these days. When you consider the total spend between capital projects and operations, it's a large expenditure for a county our size. Also like to thank the county attorney's office for all of his guidance throughout the year. Richard and his attorneys have done a great job in helping us navigate a lot of pretty sticky legal issues. And so, Commissioners, congratulations on another great budget year. We really appreciate the work you do.
Well, I'd also say it's a testament here with being a county of 850,000 people here and all the service we provide, and here we are, another budget hearing with no speakers. So I'm not saying we're always perfect, but people are happy right now. The community is in a good place right now. Roger, you went through the list of all the things we've done through the year and everything we're doing with all this budget. Would include. Feel free to please share that with the community. I know Bill's here with the news press. He's going to share our great story, and my colleagues, feel free to please share our great news, all the work we've done this year. I know I'll be writing my articles about telling everybody what we've done with this budget includes. So please feel free to make sure you go out and tell everybody in their community what we're doing, because we have a lot of good stuff going on right now. Commissioner Wayne?
I just really want to thank Roger, Pete, and staff. I mean, I can't thank you enough. As someone that certainly understands the value of people and someone that governed during the tough recessions, these budgets are a lot easier than they were back then. And I do believe always that the pendulum has to swing both ways. And can't thank you enough for the time and the energies you put through during the tough times. And this is our opportunity to obviously try to correct some of the things that took place back in '07. So it's a proud moment for me to actually be here and governing during these times, because they're a lot easier than the '07. And this is my 16th budget as elected official that I've actually been participating in. The process here is one that many municipalities should duplicate because we start so early in this process. I think that's the testament why there's not people here. There's so many opportunities to sit on the workshops and really participate in this, but thank you all. I can't appreciate and show my appreciation enough by other than saying thank you. It's really not enough, but
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, you mentioned just a minute ago about sharing all this information with the community. I want you to know that I met with our communications team this morning, and they're working on a communications plan so that we can, clearly communicate to the community just how good this process is.
Please use every resource we have available to us to get the message out.
Yes, sir.
I think we have a great story to tell, and we need to tell our story. Commissioner Sindelli?
I just wanted my thank you to everybody who participated in this. I always feel like you learn more in times of difficulty, and I think we've done a great job with that, and hopefully that makes it easier to capitalize on the good times that we all hope are coming. So thank you, everybody. Not easy, especially in these times.
Anything else? Okay, we're adjourned.